Hey friends, it's Nia. You already know why we're here, so let's get started. Alright guys, if you've been here long enough, you know that I love Bill Burr. I thought this title was a little interesting, so we're just gonna go ahead and get into it.
Boyfriend's obsessed with video games. Hey, Buffalo Bill, I love your podcast and I'm a huge fan. My boyfriend and I both love to listen to your rants about whatever.
Oh, it's a podcast. I don't know why I didn't just look at the little cover art and see that it says Bill Burr's podcast. But I love podcasts, guys. If you have any other cool podcasts for me to check out, please put that down below.
Bullshit comes to mind. I myself have ADD and can find myself rambling about something completely different than whatever it was I started to ramble about. Anyway, my boyfriend has always been a huge fan of video games and he can play them all day if he could. More recently, he has been obsessed with one game in particular for the last 8+ months and has really put a strain on our relationship. He will turn on his Xbox from the second he gets home until about 4 hours before he has work the next morning. Jesus.
Oh my gosh. Wow. That is a lot of video games.
Until about 4 hours before he has work the next morning. Jesus. So we pretty much spend no time together unless it's me watching him play with his friends. He talks to his friends while he plays online, in which case, even if I do say something to him, he either doesn't hear me or just ignores me. I've tried talking to him about it, and he refuses to change or compromise. It's even started to affect our sex life. Well, I imagine it would, because he has no time for sexy time. We're both still young and in our late 20s, and I hate that I'm practically begging him to turn off the game so we can canoodle in the sheets.
Canoodle? That's cute.
I'm practically begging him to turn off the game so we can canoodle in the sheets. I've been contemplating just breaking off our relationship of 5+ years because it's been this way for months and it has only gotten worse. I'd love to hear what the wise Nia has to say as well. Thanks for all the good laughs and congratulations on both of yous on the new baby birth. Thank you.
Oh, he had a baby? Wow. I'm learning so much. It's only been 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Congratulations on both of yous on the new baby birth. Thank you. Unfortunately, Nia's not here. Let me see if I can get her. Hold on one second. Okay, she's on her way down. I would say, first of all, you've been together for 5+ years. Initially, my first thought when you were doing this is what I would do if what would make me pay attention is I would just start going out with your friends and just start wearing fucking sexy outfits and shit, and he'll get the message immediately. If you walk out the door looking good, and he's sitting there fucking playing video games and stuff, and if he doesn't get that hint, then yeah, you got to be thinking like, well, what the this guy's more interested in this shit than what I'm doing over here with my fucking Christmas leggings, going out to a Christmas party dressed like a fucking hot piece of ass over here. That's what the fuck I would do. You've already tried to talk to him. I got to be honest with you. I understand people becoming obsessed with video games. It's why I don't play them. But to me, I'm a bit of a cunt when it comes to video games. To me, that's a child activity. You know what I mean?
I agree with his advice for her to like start going out if she's tried everything else, tried to talk to him and get his attention, and he's just super focused in on his video game, then I think that maybe you gotta try something different. So maybe that would help a little bit. And also, I mean, I'm not against guys playing video games, but if you are playing them for freaking 14, 15 hours, what is going on? Like, why are you playing it for so long? Jeez, especially if you're in a relationship and she wants your attention, I could see how that could be like
The video games, to me, that's a child activity. You know what I mean? Like, what is this person working towards? What do they have for a fucking job? They come home from their job and they just play a video game for the whole fucking rest of the day. It does not sound like a driven man. That's another fucking red flag. So that's what I would just start building a life. Initially, I would start building a life without him to see if he notices, and maybe you guys can get back to where you were. Or if he doesn't notice, then you already have a head start on getting the fuck away from this guy. So the lovely Nia's here. I'm going to hit pause and let her read this email.
I've never heard Nia ever speak, but I've only, like, in some of the bits that Bill Burr has done, I've heard him talk about Nia a little bit. And then I've also seen you guys' comments down below talking about Nia. So I'm excited.
This guy. So the lovely Nia's here. I'm going to hit pause and let her read this email. Or Nia, if you just want to, you can just read this while I continue to ramble here. It starts right here. My boyfriend's been a fan of the video games, yada, 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 and all that shit. So that's basically, that's what I would do. And as I mentioned a long time ago, the last video game that I played was Grand Theft Auto 3, and it literally consumed my life. I would be walking to the comedy clubs, getting on and I would be thinking about the game when I wasn't even at home.
That stuff is very addicting, guys. If you should really be careful with stuff like that. Just talking about Grand Theft Auto for a second, this is probably completely off topic, but that's a pretty cool game. I don't know what exactly, like, the missions, I don't know if there are missions that I have to complete. I'm not really sure. I've only really played that game to drive the car. I like driving the little cars. I haven't played it in a while, but I have no clue what else the game is about.
Be thinking about the game when I wasn't even at home. I'd be waiting to go on stage, thinking about, okay, I'll finish this set and I'll go home and I'll use the cheats and I'll just go on a fucking rampage and all that shit. And it just kind of took over my life. So here's the lovely Nia with her advice.
First of all, can I just say that this problem really sucks. And it's really annoying. And that you're both in your 20s and he's like addicted to playing video games. I'm sorry, but that's a lame ass and you need to move on. Seriously. 5 years, 5+ years. It's been this way for months and it's only gotten worse. Yeah. You said you tried to talk to him about it and he refuses to change or compromise. Well, it's just, he obviously, his priorities are this video game. I don't know if is there something else going on in your relationship, or did he have some kind of, something bad happen recently that he doesn't want to deal with or something? And that's why he's so consumed by the video games? Because I'm just trying to think, like, what normal, healthy, happy person just all of a sudden
doesn't want to bang his broad.
Yeah, and hands over his life to a video game. Like, I feel like something happened and he's not able to, like...
But you talk too quietly.
Okay, because you're sticking it in my face, like...
Well, because you do this, you start talking all the way over here and the people can't hear you.
Oh, okay.
Looking at the level.
I like Nia. I feel like she's making so many good points. And there's also something to this, because I completely forgot that she said, the girl in the email said that they've been together for 5 years, but this has only been happening for like some months now. So what exactly happened at the point that he decided to start playing video games for hours after he's come home from work? And sometimes the problem isn't always what you see on the surface. Like, you gotta look a little deeper than that, and it has to be like probably something else going on with him, or that happened that caused him to start doing all this stuff.
It's like...
Well, because you do this, you start talking all the way over here and the people can't hear you.
Oh, okay.
Looking at the levels.
Oh, all right. So...
that's all right.
Yeah, I would not necessarily say, listen, it's the video games or me, but you can just say something along those lines of like, listen, I feel like I'm not a priority in your life, and if that's the case, then we really need to talk about this relationship, because if you're not into it, then just let me go so I can find somebody who's into me and is going to pay attention to me and not their Xbox.
This is what I was saying she should do. She should just fucking dress like a whore and go out that night and just see if he notices. Like, just have like fucking, the fucking thigh highs on and all that shit. If he doesn't get it, then
thigh highs?
Yeah, just dress like a fucking whore.
Thigh highs.
There's stockings. They go up to your thighs, and then they.
I wouldn't. Okay. let me backtrack. Because I would not suggest dressing like, like that and going out just to test him. Testing your partner, period, guys or females, I do not think that that is a good idea. After you've talked to him or her, whatever, and they don't get the point, then I think that it's a great idea for you to start going out and doing your own thing and deciding and reevaluating whether or not this is something that you can handle. Some women are perfectly okay with their man staying at home and playing video games for hours. If this is not your thing, you talk to him and you felt like you've done everything that you could do, then maybe it's time for you to start building your own life and trying to figure out if this is something that you want to deal with. Because you're not stuck. Nobody's putting a gun against your head and telling you to stay with somebody who chooses their video games over you. Who knows?
Dressed like a fucking whore.
Thigh highs.
There's stockings, they go up to your thighs, and then they stop, and there's this glorious little fucking hint of leg.
You're so old that you feel like women are going out in like thigh highs, like they're like saloon mistresses. Like on Westworld.
Why? Because I came of age in the 1800s? Why you acting like you guys don't always whore it up every fucking holiday? You whore it up on your birthday. You whore it up on Halloween. You whore it up on Christmas.
Sex it up. It's called being sexy.
Sexing it up.
Sexing
it up. Putting
Not
your clam on the fucking platter. That's what you guys do.
It's different.
Yeah, titties out. Clam peeking out from underneath the sheet.
No, because I don't believe in that passive aggressive shit. It's just like, listen, motherfucker, are you into this or not? Because if not, then I need to move on.
That's what I'm saying. Like, being passive aggressive and testing your partner, trying to see, oh, I wonder if he's going to notice. You are not in kindergarten. There's no time for that. You are grown, okay? Do what you need to do. Say what you need to say. Make a decision and stick with it. That's it.
Like, listen, motherfucker, are you into this or not? Because if not, then I need to move on. The thing is, though, honey, he's made his choice. That's what I think that you don't necessarily want to fully admit to. He's made his choice. He's more interested in the video game for whatever reason. He won't talk about it. He won't compromise. He's made his choice. Maybe he's not into the relationship anymore. Is that a possibility? Is it a possibility that he...
Maybe she needs to whore it up.
She's saying she's trying to like beg him to even have sex, which is ridiculous. It could be that he's just not into the relationship anymore, and he's such a fucking pussy ass puss that he's waiting for you to be the one to dump him. Because a lot of people do that. A pussy ass puss?
What is that?
I don't even know. But some people they don't want to be the bad guy, or they're just immature and cowardly. So they don't want to say, listen, I think we should break up, because they feel guilty because it's been 5+ years. So they do shit like this to like make you be the one to break up with them because they're cowards.
You guys hear that? Did you hear that? Because I feel like this is a lot of the reasons why a lot of relationships just don't last. And I'm not even just talking about men. I'm talking about both women and men. And only some of them, not all, guys. But if you are in something and you could sit right there and say how you feel, and then the other person could honestly say how they feel and have this open communication and very healthy dialogue, then a lot of the things that are problems would probably not even be an issue. But when you start playing games and start being passive and start doing little things just to avoid the issue, then it just turns into a forest fire. Who wants something like that? Like, just talk. Just say how you feel. And I know it's like, easier said than done. But at the end of the day, what is more important to you? Playing games and then staying in a relationship that you really don't want to be in, so you choose to sit right there and play video games all day to avoid the situation for another 3 years of your life? Or just telling her, I'm not feeling this. I like my games more than I like you. I think we're done. Think this is over. Or the girl saying, ooh, I'm going to get dressed up and I'm going to go out and I'm going to see how he feels about this for 3 years. And he probably doesn't even care. You're wasting your time. You're both wasting your time. Just go. Just leave. There are more fish in the sea.
Shit like this to like make you be the one to break up with them because they're cowards. You know what I mean? So it is possible.
So in conclusion, what are you saying?
I'd say dump his ass. Bye.
There you go. All right. See that? All right, Nia, you want to listen to me read out loud?
Oh, God.
I know. This will be hilarious. This fucking baby realizes that I'm not good at reading. What age do you think they're going to be? Fucking turn around and kind of look up at me like,
I feel like
Mommy doesn't sound like this.
you'll be good at reading, like, children's stories.
All right, I walked into that one. All right, here's some adult advertising. Ladies,
I mean, I was skipping to see if I was done with the whole commercial thing. Don't really want to listen to that. But this was pretty cool. I like Bill and Nia's energy together. That was nice. This is a good conversation, you guys. I'm interested in seeing what you think. So comment down below. And thank you for watching. Bye.